All right, this is part 2 of the oil pump install. I went ahead and shaved just a little bit off with a angle grinder. I was very careful. I had it over here in my vise, wrapped it up in a towel, and that gave me an extra set of hands. And if you look, my tolerances, I'll grab a feeler gauge and get in there, but I have a feeling I'm not going to get much between that ARP bolt and my oil pump. I took off just enough. You can see where I grounded a little bit right there. And so, I mean, this is really easy. I was worried I was going to get into a bunch of interference, but this was ground off just like I said, about a tenth right here. You can see it's tight, but it was just enough. And on this side, you can see where you got a little bit of a ledge there. There we go. That's a better shot. So you can see where I ground off just a little bit, just enough to get it to sit on top of that bolt. And this was by complete luck that it was like the perfect amount, because it's literally sitting on the ARP bolt. I mean, I probably couldn't even get a feeler gauge in there. I'm not even going to try. It doesn't matter, because the two machine surfaces are sitting perfectly flush. Again, I just torqued these down and made sure everything fit, and then I checked my from down here. I checked this is my oil pump. This is what spins the oil pump off the distributor, and this is my oil pump rod shaft. I don't know his nomenclature. Not sure the nomenclature on this part, but it's the shaft that slides up through here and then spins inside the oil pump right here. So everything cleared. And then another thing you need to check on an oil pump clearance is, does it clear the crank? And sure does. I have plenty of room around my pickup and plenty of room around the top side as the crank comes up and spins just this side of the engine. And so let me back off a little bit so you can kind of see what I'm talking about. So I've got clearance on the crank right here where it spins on this end of the engine. I have clearance for the pump drive shaft down here, and I've got clearance now, real tiny, little bit of clearance, all I needed for that ARP bolt. And I just used an angle grinder. I didn't even go fancy with it. Made sure everything stayed clean, didn't get a bunch of shavings in there. Wiped everything down with, shot it with 10W40, not 10W40, sorry, WD-40, and wiped it down. So I just made sure that there was no shavings on there. Kept everything clean from FOD, and torqued my bolts and made sure everything was good to go. So now I'm going to put my old pickup tube. I probably will have to, sitting right there, I'm going to have to modify it, because I'm not going to retorque this bolt how it sits, but I will use this bolt hole, and it's going to sit a little bit off the side, but I'm just going to make sure that it doesn't, the sump doesn't sit down so low that it doesn't pull oil. And I'll create another video for that. Thanks for watching.